Hello, this is Masamaki 21 here with a special video for you guys. Today I actually want to talk about two games, Two Worlds 2 and Alpha Protocol, the espionage RPG. First off, I just want to say that both of these games got very mediocre reviews across the board. 5, 6s, some 7s here and there, but a majority of them were mediocre. 2 out of 3s, I mean not 2 out of 3s, 2 out of 5s, 3 out of 5s, and this is the kind of stuff that gamers try to avoid. I don't know why. Gamers of this generation seem to only play games if they got 8 and up scores from reviewers. I don't go with the reviewers, what the reviewers say, because that's their opinion. They're allowed to say if they like the game or not. That's their opinion. But it's our job as a gamer to go out and try the game anyway, because you never know, you might actually like the game. Just because someone else says it's bad doesn't mean it's not actually going to be good for you. You might like what is in the game that you try. Trust me, Two Worlds 2 is one of them. Alpha Protocol is another. I'm telling you guys, you guys are going to love them if you actually take the time to buy them. They're not that much money either. They're like $10, $15 each. So you can get them very cheaply, and I think they're less used, so there's no excuse for not trying these games out. It's not like you're spending $60 on them. Like most games that come out nowadays, people spend $60 on them, and they're crap. So, I mean, these games are worth $60. If these were $60 right now, when I bought them, I would have bought them at $60 when they came out. From playing them now, I see that they're worth it. The amount of content in both of these games, the amount of time put into them, they're worth the price that they were originally sold for. So now let's talk about Two Worlds 2 first. Two Worlds 2 continues from where the first one left off. You're in this funky dungeon. You get rescued by some orcs. You get free. You find out that this prophet tells you that you're like a super great hero. You're gonna save the world, and you basically go off and do a bunch of quests like in any other fantasy RPG game. Now, the thing that sets this game apart from other RPG games that I played is it's so much content in this game. Like, I had so much fun just running through the savannah. Now, let me just tell you, this game does have horses, something that Skyrim didn't have when it first released. This game does have horses, but the horses control and function so retardedly bad that I just don't want to ride them. Like, every time I see a horse, I kill it because it's so bad to ride these things.
Yeah boy, 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 yeah boy.
My horse is stupid. I'm right next to you. Shit. Like, there's obstacles sometimes on the roads, and obviously you're supposed to jump them with your horse. But guess what? Your fucking horse can't jump these obstacles. Your horse is too mentally challenged to jump high enough over an obstacle. Let me see if I can go sell these stuff. Fail. Oh my god. You can barely jump over obstacles yourself, which I find hilarious. Like, I'm trying to jump over something, I jump like 1 to 2 feet off the ground. I'm a fucking superhero. I should be able to hop a damn fence. The Fable, you can hop a fucking fence. But anyway, so the horses are mentally challenged. But I usually just, like, when I first started playing, I just ran through the savannah like a fucking wild animal. Like, once you get your endurance up, you can run for long periods of time, and once you get your endurance percentage increased, you can run for longer. You can run you can run faster. So you can I was outrunning the wildlife in the damn game. That's how fast my character was at one point in the game. Like, at the beginning of the game, when you first get released into the world and you're in the savannah and you gotta go somewhere, I don't remember where. The game basically has a difficulty curve. I was playing on hard mode though on both of these games, but Two Worlds 2, the animals in the damn game will fuck you up for no reason whatsoever. You can be walking down a road and they will just all converge on your location and just attack you.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Really, Warthog? Fuck you! Like, it just randomly came at me. Like, what the fuck is your deal? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Little bitch. And it's crazy how they work together. Like, you'll see a rhino and a fucking ostrich and a baboon and a warthog working together to kick your ass. For what reason? I don't know. I walked through the damn savannah like, get that guy. And I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to get from point A to point B. Please don't kill me. It's funny how they do that. And it seems everything works together in this game to kill you. Nothing is actually against one another. Because there are times when I'm fighting like different types of enemies, and they're all converging on me, but they don't seem to be fighting each other. They don't attack each other, which is what I'm trying to figure out. Why not? The spells are great in this game. I learned some cool spells while playing this game. Those spells that can turn you invisible, spells that replenish your stamina. The game has a high difficulty curve at one point. Once you start leveling up, things start to get a little bit easier. I even learned a spell where you can summon a minion to help you out. Let's summon my Cthulhu's now. And that spell helped me a lot throughout the game, which is why I'm glad they had it in there. You can upgrade your skills. There's like so many different skills that you can learn. Like from the beginning, you don't know them all, but you got to get these skill books. You read them, and you learn the new skill. There's like a bunch for melee weapons. Like there's different types of skills for offensive and defensive attacks. So while you're blocking, you can do like different things, and while you're attacking, you can do different things. So there's ones specifically for maces. There's ones specifically for swords. There's ones for shields. There's one to even strip a shield from an enemy. Like if an enemy is using a shield, you can use that skill and it'll just take the shield from him, so he can't block with the shield anymore. So your attacks do more damage, which I thought was cool. There's also skills for your arrow, because there's like 3 different loadouts that you can have, which is cool. You can switch between them on the fly while you're fighting, so it's not like you got to go to your inventory and go, oh, I got to put on this, put on that hat, put on that shirt, and give myself this weapon. It's just there's 3 different sets. So I had one where I'm a warrior. I got my sword and my armor and everything, and then I had one where I was an archer with my bow and my Robin Hood looking outfit. I actually looked like Robin Hood. I'm not even gonna lie. My guy looked straight up like Robin Hood. And then I had my mage outfit with my mage hat and my robe and my staff. And I thought that was cool, that you could just switch between them and you don't actually have to go through your inventory and just go, oh, I gotta put this on and put that on. But there are times where you do have to go in there because certain enemies have resistance to certain types of weapons. So you kind of have to go into your inventory at times to change the weapon to a different weapon. But if you want, you can have like 2 different warrior loadouts. You can only have 3 loadouts, but you don't have to restrict them to being 1 mage, 1 archer, and 1 warrior. You can have warrior, warrior, archer, warrior, mage, mage. It doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want. But that's how I did it. That's how I set it up, and it worked pretty well. So the armor customization is great. You can like change the color of your armor, so your armor doesn't. Not all armor can be changed though, but a majority of the armor in the game, the colors can be changed on them. And you can put augments in your armor, as I said earlier, to make the armor do better stuff, like give you more defense, offense, stuff like that. And you can even break down armor that you don't need. Armor and weapons and staffs, anything is breakable. Well, not anything. There are some things that you can't break down, but most things that you pick up off of enemies and find in chests, you can, if you don't want them, you can either sell them or you can break them down into their raw materials, into like iron, steel, wood, chainmail, leather, stuff like that. And that basically allows you to take that same material you just broke down and use it to build up other weapons that you have and other armor or clothes, because you can build up your clothes and your armor, so you can put augments in them so they do more defensive and offensive stats. Like the stats go up for them, so they do more damage with certain types of weapons, and they have more defense against certain types of weapons, stuff like that. I talked about the good. The game, the story is great, the quests are great, the side quests are fun to do. There are times where I got frustrated playing because of the difficulty of some enemies. Like, the guards in the damn towns are so fucking strong, they will kill you in like one hit at the beginning of the game. Like, you cannot fuck with the guards in this game at the beginning. I will use my wizardry on you. Stay back. Stay back.
There's no need for that here. You can't hide forever. There's no need for that here.
Right now, in my current save, I'm level 40. Guards can't fuck with me now.
I'm gonna have to ask you to put
Shut
that
the
away.
fuck up.
There always seems to be a few more of you to kill.
I'm level 40 now. You guys ain't shit. Come over.
You're as good as dead.
The game does have some frame rate issues. There are times where the game will just pause. I've had times where I'm just running and I'll just stop mid-run, like frozen in time. Everything else around me is still moving, but I'm just stuck there for like a good 5 to 10 seconds, and people are just walking by me and not doing anything. I'm just like, does nobody see me here? Can anybody help me? And it's happened a few times. There were times where my armor actually disappeared. Like, I still had it on, but it wasn't showing up, so all you saw was like gloves floating, my helmet was floating, I had no torso. And it was kind of weird. It happened a few times when I was playing yesterday. Alright, let's talk about Alpha Protocol, the espionage RPG. Now, this game gave me hell of a lot of problems. This game has the craziest difficulty curve in the world. I was playing this on hard mode, and the game basically follows this this spy called, this agent spy type guy called Michael Thornton. That's his name. And the story basically reminds me of Burn Notice. If you guys have ever watched Burn Notice, one of the best shows on USA, the channel, about a spy named Michael Weston. Michael Thornton, Michael Weston. And he basically, I think this is based off of that show. That's kind of weird. he basically, in the show, Michael basically gets betrayed by his by the people that he's working for. And he becomes a Burn spy, and he's stuck in Miami, and he's trying to figure out the people who did this to him, and he wants to basically get revenge. He wants answers. He wants to know why these people did it. He wants revenge. That's the same story for Alpha Protocol. I never thought about this, but it's the same exact story. You're Michael Thornton. You're a spy. You do some stuff. They basically burn you, and you become a rogue spy throughout the rest of the game, and you're trying to make this the people who the company that you're working for, you're trying to make them, you're trying to get revenge, you're trying to put some dirt on them, expose them for what they really are, and get rid of them. So that's basically what Burn Notice is, and that's basically what this is. And it does a good job at it. It's a pretty good espionage RPG. I mean, the AI could be a little bit smarter. There are times where the AI has no peripheral vision in this game whatsoever. You can be standing next to them and they won't do anything. As long as their head isn't facing towards you, they don't see you. As I said, this game has a crazy difficulty curve, but I love difficult games. I love a challenge. I actually finished this the other day, and I was really happy when I did because it was so challenging. Close to the end, you have to fight like 3 different people at the end of the game, and they're all each challenging. But so there are times where, as I said, the AI is very stupid. They kind of funnel down into one direction sometimes, and then there are times where the difficulty just spikes up and the AI gets super hard. Like, there was like one point in the game where I was playing, and there was a guy with a pistol, and he killed me with like 4 or 5 shots. Now the thing about that is, I wouldn't mind that, but the thing is, I bought like the most expensive armor in the damn game to protect me from bullshit like this. I have like 145 plus armor, and the dude is killing me with 4 or 5 pistol bullets, and it's a regular security guard. It's not like he's some fancy special ops dude with a special make handgun with extra attachments and shit. He's using a regular handgun. Shoots me like 4 or 5 times and I drop, and it's not even headshots. He's shooting me directly in the chest where my armor is, and my armor is not doing shit. And it makes me think, did I pay for plastic? Did I pay like $1,700,000 for some plastic? Because it's not doing anything, and it happens so many times. I'm getting killed by dudes with pistols, and it's just like, what the hell kind of bullets are they using? What are their guns made out of? And it makes me so frustrated that they were able to kill me so easily. Shit, man. Really? You hit me with like 3 bullets. But once you get past that, the game is actually pretty decent. The choices that you make throughout the game, I'm pretty sure they change the outcome of the game. So things that you say, people that you befriend, basically affect the game. At about the end of the game, there's like one point where, or close to the end, there's one point where you infiltrate this place, and because I was friends with these 2 guys, they basically sent some soldiers to help me out. And if I didn't have those 2 guys as friends, I wouldn't have any backup, and I would probably had a harder time on that mission. So I'm really glad that I became friends with these random people so they can send their homies to help me out. So now, one difficulty, as I said, the difficulty in this game is crazy ridiculous. It really spikes up when you're fighting bosses. Bosses are like the hardest douchebags you could face in this game. And let me tell you, I don't know if it's any easier on a lower difficulty, but on hard, I was also playing on Recruit, and I've been told that Recruit is a lot harder to play on than any of the other selections of classes that you can pick from, because Recruit is basically, you're starting with like nothing. You're basically going into the game with no skill points set anywhere. You have no skill points. Doing the boss fights were hard as hell. And they could kill you in a couple of bullets, plus they got henchmen with them, so their henchmen will be shooting at you while you're trying to deal with them. And it just, I spent so many hours just fighting the bosses. The bosses were the hardest part of the game. Wow, I crouched and he just popped me once in the head. Who made this game? And if it wasn't for the game having retarded ass AI, I would not have gotten through this game. Like, at certain points the bosses would just like stop and stand there.
The transport I detected earlier, it's within range of the docks, and the bays are filling fast. You need to stop.
Ah, he's broken.
On it.
You can't get on the gunner. I love this game sometimes. And that allowed me to like kill them. My final verdict on both of these games, they both deserve a buy. Just to try. Alpha Protocol is a little bit less. It's a very decent game. It's not the best you can ever want to try, but I thought it was fun to play. Very challenging on hard mode, so if you don't like a challenge, I suggest not playing on hard mode. But if you're like me and you love a challenge, play that shit on hard mode. You will regret it, but you will love it. 2 Worlds 2, one of the best RPG games I've played in a long time. I haven't played Skyrim, so don't even tell me Skyrim. I think Skyrim is a bunch of baloney, and I will not pay for that crap or play that crap. So 2 Worlds 2, give it a try. It's worth the money. Both of these games are pretty low priced, so there's no reason for nobody to not try these out. So anyway, this has been Masamaki 21. Thanks for listening to the crap I had to say, and I will see you guys next time.